Hello everybody and welcome to Railroader. Today I'll be showing you how to actually play the game because it is very complicated to understand. I will be going through the entirety of this like 20-page essay. There's a lot of stuff to there's a lot of stuff. But I will be showing you how to actually play the game and everything you need to know to play. This is probably going to be a long video, so you're going to have to stick with me on this one. So the first thing is we can just close this. We don't need this. So obviously WASD and D to move. You have to right click to turn your camera. If you click on your scroll wheel, you can go in between FOV or whatever. You can also scroll to change your FOV. And once you get familiar with the controls, we're going to go to our number 3 here. We can see our number 2, which is in the dirt. We'll come back to number 2 in a minute here. So once you find number 3, what you're going to do is go to the ladder in between the cab and the tender of your locomotive. You're going to climb up by just walking into it. Now that we're on the tender deck, we can look at the firebox and everything that's in here. You can open the firebox by clicking it. You have your water glass indicating how much water you have in your tender, not your boiler. You can also click the tender hatch to look how much water you have. We have almost 2,000 gallons of water and 3 tons of coal. Sorry. To get in the cab seat, all you're going to do is walk here and move over it. I already opened these windows, but you can open the windows by clicking on them, open the doors by clicking on them. You can open these windows. You can open the roof hatch, and you can open this window and the door over there. So, we're going to go over the controls next. The first control is the cylinder tops, which bleed the water in the pistons, but it's just for looks in the game. It doesn't mean anything. We also have the reverser. If you push it forwards, you go forwards. If you pull it towards you, you'll go backwards. If you put it in 40, it's the fastest this train can go for some reason. So in 40 in either direction, forward or backwards, it's the fastest this thing can go. On all the locomotives, I believe. For the throttle, basically, the farther you pull it back, the faster you're going to go. Basically. Oops. Then you get your independent brake, which is just for your locomotive. And then your train brake, which is for your locomotive and all cars behind you. And we'll get into how that works later. There's also the train cut out. I think it bleeds all the air pressure in the train. Not sure. Haven't used it very much. But that's all the controls inside the cab, I believe. Unless these do something. But now, to get into the third person view, all you're going to do is simply press 2. Once you press 2, your camera will put you somewhere. To move, it's just WASD, and it's the same movements for moving your character. If you scroll, you can zoom out and in. So we have our locomotive, but we can't drive it. We're in second person. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold control and click on the locomotive so this menu pops up. In this menu, we can select the locomotive. Then we get our locomotive controls. Then we can follow it, so our camera is glued to the locomotive. We can still zoom in or out, but as soon as you move, you're no longer following it. Once you click the equipment tab, you can see the condition of the locomotive, so it's 100%. If you do control click on the tender, you can see it's also 100%. The brake line, 90%. Oh, that's the one thing. You can do a repair destination, so you can set it at the East Whittier repair track, which is right here. The south destination, which is the interchange, which is right behind us, where those passenger cars are and the track next to it. The operations tab, so you can set train crew or something. Orders, you can do manual mode, which is the mode we're in, road mode, and yard mode. Not too sure what the difference is. So go back to the car mode, make sure you select it and following it. Well, you don't have to be following it, but whatever. You can apply the brakes from here. A handbrake apparently on the locomotive, but whatever. So it's basically the same controls. So this is our reverser. So once it has an F, means you're going forward. Reverser, R for reverse. Somewhere in right there is 40. You can check by going to first person. It's about 50. So yeah. This is our actual throttle, so just push it forward to go forward. This is our train brake, so for the entire train, you just pull that back, and you can see those turn red, which means it's full applied brake. Same for the independent brake. I don't know. That's weird. That's the independent brake. You can hear the air compressor doing the thing. And now for the other controls. Oh yeah, this is the speed. The other controls. J to turn on your headlight, so now it's dim. Click it again, now it's on. Now it's the rear headlight dim, headlight off. And it just goes in a cycle. If you press B, it rings the bell. Another thing I forgot to mention is obviously the whistle. It's kind of hard to grab. That's the whistle in the cab. To do the whistle in third person, all you have to do is either to hold V and drag down. So you can do that anywhere on the screen, or hold H and press shift to quill it. So there's two ways to do the whistle. I think that's everything. There's a lot of controls. If you want to see the controls, click this tab up here and go to the controls menu, and you can see all the controls. There's a lot of them. So bell, the whistle, headlight, cylinder cocks, right. So if you click K, you can see we have our cylinder cocks. Oh yes. If you go back into first person, if you click E or type E, you can lean to the left, and if you do Q, you lean to the... If you click Q, you lean to the left. If you click right, you lean to the right. I think I said that right. It's fine. Space is the jump. Kind of forgot to mention that. Control T. Okay, so if you have your camera here, and if you move, by the way, if you hold shift, you can move faster, and shift and control, you move very fast. But if you do control T, now your person is here as well. So that's another thing you can do. I don't believe you have to be sitting in the seat to actually go into second person, or third person I should say. I don't know why I keep calling it second person, but whatever. So once you're back into the follow menu, I'm also going to say you can follow on any train car. So if you want to control click on a passenger car, and now you're following it. You can also select it. Go into equipment, you can customize it. You can do, we'll get into all this other stuff later as well. Just thought I'd mention that while we were talking about it. So select your locomotive, select it, follow it, and what we're going to do is bring it to the coal chute in the water tower to refuel it. I'm also going to change my volume just a bit because I want you to be able to hear me. Yeah, we'll just... Can barely hear anything now, but whatever. There we go. Okay, so now we're just going to pop this into forwards. That's about 40. And there we go. overshot it. It's fine. So once you've spotted your coal chute to your actual coal, you're just gonna tap it, and then your coal is gonna go into your tender. We have 3 tons of coal. We don't really need coal, but in the tutorial it says to do this. So we're gonna do this. And we're out of coal in here. So we'll get into how to restore your supply of coal in a minute. But basically, you can, if you hover over it, you can see it's empty. The coal conveyor holds 2 tons of coal, and your hopper holds, I believe, 50. So you just kind of leave your hopper over it, and it'll be fine. Again, we'll get into all this once it's time in the tutorial. I'm just doing this off of memory, guys. If I forget something, whatever. God. So now we're going to spot our water with our water hatch, and I got kind of first try, so that's good. Once we get to about 3,000 gallons, we'll take off. Okay, so we got about 3,000 gallons. By the way, you can also click every single door and hatch from second person, so you can do that if you want. So what we're going to do is pull forward to ahead of the switch here. Once you've pulled ahead of the switch, you're just going to simply click the green part, which is called the target, until it's red, and you can see the points are now lined towards our little number 2. And now we're just going to back up towards it. I'm a little bit sick, so yeah. Be sure not to crash into it. We don't want, oh god, we don't want to derail locomotives. That would be bad if you're starting your railroad. This little save here is a demonstration save, so I can show you how to actually play the game. So once you've gone out of your locomotive, you have to be in first person to do this. You can see that our train is damaged because it's brown, because all things that are broken are brown. The condition of our locomotive is 70, which isn't too good. So what we're going to do is look at the locomotive. We're going to hold Shift R, and it's just going to push this bad boy on, and you can do the same thing with the tender. And now that we have re-railed this engine, we are going to couple up into it. Don't hit it too hard. We're gonna slowish back up into it until we hear a nice big old bang, and hopefully I didn't damage this thing. I didn't. I'm so good. We don't have to apply the air to it because of reasons it says not to in the tutorial, so I'm going to do that. Now we're going to pull forward back into our engine shed where we started, so I'm going to do that. Uh-oh. It's fine. We don't want both the engines in there, and maybe if I unapply the brake, maybe we'll start moving forward. I know how to play this game, I swear. Okay, now that our engine is actually in the shed. Okay, oh my god. You can go into first person, or you can stay in second person and click the knuckle coupler. Then we can go back to following the logo. We're going to release the brake, pull forward out of the engine shed. And once we've done that, now that number 2 is in here, one of these many panels that we have to sort through. There's a lot of them. So we're going to go to this little store, locations, East Whittier Engine Service is what we're going to click. Then what we want to do is hire as many people as you want. How many can I hire, actually? That's a great question. I don't really care because this is like a test save, so... Well, not test save, it's just for your entertainment. You can really hire as many people as you want. I don't recommend hiring 60 workers, but if you want to, man, go for it. I'm not stopping you. So, we're hiring workers, but they won't be hired until tomorrow. Clearly indicated here, which I didn't realize myself. So time to completion is going to be 19 hours on our choo-choo. Another thing to point out is milestones. You can see the repair Ella track bridge. So these are milestones, obviously. So when the time comes for your railroad to expand, you can start this phase and you can deliver 13 cars to bridge site. These cars will be delivered to the interchange the next time the interchange is served. So this would be to expand the map. If you can look at the map by pressing M, you can see some stuff is grayed out. That stuff is locked due to the flood or whatever. Just close that. Here's also finances, so you can see what you're spending your money on. Equipment, we have our 2 logos, a Pullman car and a caboose. We also have employees, I'm the only one playing. We have crew, not too sure what that's all about. Some settings, there's like a setting, there's settings everywhere. I don't know, man, there's a lot of stuff. You got railroad, so you can see your tier, which mine, once you start, is going to be 1. Speed bonuses, whatever. A lot of menus, there's a lot to look at. You can, in this, your little guy here, you can edit your character, you can change your graphics, your sound inputs, that, there's a lot. Also, once you're in your menu here, once you press Control Trick, once you've pressed Control click on a locomotive and have your menu up, you can go to equipment and customize. You can customize the whistle. There is a lot of whistles to choose from. Not all of them are good. You can change the road name and its number. So if you want this to be, I don't know, number 69, there you go. Number 69. You can optimization, whatever, we already kind of gone over that. So, now that your train is waiting to be repaired, I'm going to go look for something that makes life pretty easy. So, there's a time menu. So, right now we're 2 to 1. If you go to 8 to 1, your time goes a lot faster. This is your interchange service, so you can change the time of when you interchange. You can also sleep. So you can sleep, and then time goes by very quickly. Very quickly. So now it's like the next day. If we go back to the menu, locations, you can see we've hired 7 workers. And it's $105 per day. And I believe our 19 hours is up. Our 19 hours are up. I'm not very good at talking, guys. The condition is still now 100%, so now this locomotive is ready to go. So that's nice. So now what we can do is couple this engine to number 2 and bring it to the coal and water fuel so we can fuel it up and use it. You can do that if you want right now. I don't care right now because we have other stuff to talk about other than menus and sleeping. So if you want to go fuel your other choo-choo up, go for it. But right now you can't because there's no coal. So to fix that, we're going to pick up our hopper. So once you flick your switch to go towards your hopper, go towards it. You can also close this menu, it doesn't have to be open. Don't hit it too hard. And don't try anything fancy when uncoupling your hopper. I've learned that the hard way. You can derail very easily by doing stupid stuff. That's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Wrong brake. Right. Other brakes. So, for your hopper, if I can get out of the goddamn locomotive. There we go. So, if you look at your air hoses, your gland heads, click them. Now they're connected. You got your angle clocks, drag them towards the other car or locomotive, and now they're open. So now we connected the air hoses from our hopper to our locomotive. So now they're set. Release the air. You can see that there's a third little dot there. That would be our new addition to our train. So now what we are to do is move it backwards. Excuse me. And try not to crash into your locomotive, especially if you just fixed it. Throw your switch back, pull forward, wrong forwards. Almost there, guys. This video is going a little bit faster. So, I've been talking pretty fast, so yeah. Now we're going to reverse. Another thing I should mention, actually, this is pretty important. So our hopper, we want to take full hoppers of coal and bring them there, and bring the empties to our interchange. So we're going to discuss that in just a second. Once I flick these switches. Alright, so if we look at our hopper here, we're going to go to operations, and it says loads to and empties to. We're going to change loads to East Whittier coal loader and unloads empties to East Whittier interchange, which is the siding that we're pulling into right now, right next to our passenger car. You can also use your train brake now, and that applies brakes to that thing, our hopper. So now we load our hopper at the loaded hoppers go to the East Whittier coal loader, and when it's empty, we bring it back to the interchange to be refilled. Now, it takes some time for it to be loaded. That's where sleeping comes in handy. If you're running out of coal, take a nap. Uh-oh. Make sure you also close your angle cocks before, yeah, before cutting the air. Whatever. And then back up your choo-choo. And that button. So, yeah, let's take another nap. Let's see, where's the button? There's so many menus. Go away. Wrong menu. Is it this one? Yes. Now we're going to take a little nap. And this is where your interchange service comes in handy. Our interchange time is set at that time. We're going to take another nap. So once it hits that time, oh look, we have fully loaded. How on day 4? We have a fully loaded hopper. I'm going to wait for it to be day. What is that? Where did this come from? Huh. Machine parts. Hold on, I'm going to look at this real quick. I've never seen this. Huh. Oh, I guess you can just get random cars and you have to deliver them. Cool. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, once you get your coal in your hopper, you're going to take your hopper back to the coal loader. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of time, and I'm lazy. So once you've brought your hopper right over this, you're going to go to your hopper, of course, when it's over top of it, and you're just going to click the coal chute, and then it will empty into it. It'll empty 2 tons. We have 50 tons in our hopper. So basically, we could just leave the coal chute, the chutes open at the bottom. So every time this empties, it gets automatically replenished. So you can just continue to load your choo-choos with your hopper, constantly resupplying it until your hopper gets empty, and then your coal chute's completely out. Then you need another interchange. So you can also check the job by clicking tab, and now you can see the east with your coal load. It says that it's next destination. If you look, you can kind of see it highlighted over there. It'll also be, these 2 tracks will also be highlighted when it's emptied. There's a lot to say. So, never seen this before. Ella House. Okay, I believe that's somewhere in Ella. So, I never actually got this on my actual save, so that's cool. So now what we're going to do is couple up to our passenger car. And I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. So I'll cut back once I'm coupled to the passenger car. You should be able to get there. All we have to do is back up. There's a switch. I'm going to go forward. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to go forward onto this. I'm going to stop talking, man. I'm going to go couple up to this thing. I don't want to hit it too hard. Oh, I'm going to hit it really hard. Oops. Is it derailed? Yep. So, once you have made your... Yeah, don't hit it too hard. I don't really care because it's not going to affect me that much. But, because this is a shit save. So once you have coupled it in, a lot less spicier than I have, preferably, you're going to tie in the air like you did on the hopper. and hopefully those are coupled. These are on the tracks, both in very crappy condition. It's fine. Hopefully those are in. Alright. Now that they're coupled, we're going to grab this car that just magically appeared. I'm going to hit it a lot less hard. We're not worried about that car at the moment. So we're just going to couple into it, set it and forget it. This is kind of the longest train I've had in this game, sadly. I haven't played the game very much because I'm saving it for a video, which I'll probably record tomorrow maybe. We'll see. I'm kind of busy. So, boop. Oh, did I just uncouple it? Shit. It's fine. I can do... Do you want to move? Oh. You guys can take your time with this. I'm just trying to show you how to play the game. So when you're actually playing this game, please take your time. It'll save you a lot of trouble. Now, if we look at our map, we are here, where it says 2 and 9. Oh, that's, well, number 2 is right there, and the 9 is number 69. So we are going to go from the interchange past, and we're going to Whittier. Yeah, so we're going to leave our yard past the Y into Whittier, and we're going to stop there. So we're going to do that, and we'll meet you at Whittier. I'll meet you at Whittier. Oh, before, if you see this, that says it's purple. That means there's a handbrake on, and you have to unapply that. Now we're going to head to Whittier. So we're coming up on Whittier right now. You can tell by the water tower, and there is the thingamabobber, some sort of track. I think that's where that car is going. I should probably, you know, slow down. So we want to stop at this train station here. I am definitely not going to make it there. Ella. Okay, so that goes to Ella. So we're still not quite there yet. So once you correctly spotted your passenger car, I'm getting there. Okay. So you can control click on your passenger car, go to passenger, and while it says Ellis Station, we're going to check that, and now our passengers will aboard our train. You don't get much money from doing this, but you get money. So while we wait for passengers to board, I believe you can board them until they're 60, but sometimes it takes longer for passengers to get on because there's only a certain number or whatever at the actual station. Something like that. This is the most I've had on a train on one singular passenger car though. Probably because it's been 4 days. Alright, it's looking like they're stopping around 33. So now we're just going to head out. And now we're going to go from Whittier to Ella. Be careful, there's a 30 here. I've almost derailed there. Probably twice now. So we're coming up on Ella really fast, so I'm going to pump these brakes. At the Ella train station is this small little thing. So I believe our little car, where does it go? So it goes right there. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So now we're gonna pull forward with our, how many passengers we got? We had 33. This car that we have behind us is not part of the tour, so it's a very optional thing. I should probably have said that. I probably did when I actually picked it up. So now that we've parked it here, did I not spot it correctly? Now they're getting off. So now the passengers are getting off. Once they've all gotten off is this car, we're going to do control click passengers, and we're going to check Whittier Depot. So then more passengers will get on, and they can be dropped off back at Whittier where we just came from. But we're not going to do that because we're going to focus our attention on this car that just decided to appear. So basically, now that all of them are gone, you would click Whittier, and now they're getting back on. And once you unclick it, they get back off. So if you change your mind, it can be fixed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this train on one of these two tracks and uncouple from the passenger car and uncouple the passenger car to our flat car, and I'm going to run my loco around them and attach the front end of my train to the back end of this car, and then I'm going to navigate my way through here and drop it off. So I'm going to do that. So now that we have coupled to the car, this thing isn't bleeding air. Wait. Please hold. That is closed. Those are closed. Maybe I have to. If I can grab the goddamn angle cock. Ah, okay. Now that the brake pipe is empty, now we're gonna back up onto this section of track here. Flick switch, pull forward, pull backward, pull forward. So I'm going to do that. So now we're pulling into our little freight depot, I'm guessing. That's what this is. Some sort of freight office thing. Who the hell knows what it is? And now that's parked on our nicely yellowed. Ooh, we just got $68 for that. And now we are done with our little operation. Put the handbrake on that, back up. And I think we're gonna call it a day. I have shown you how to do passenger service and a little bit of how to do freight service that decides to randomly spawn. Oh, it's already unloading. Look at that, guys. We have done something truly amazing. I wonder. Yeah, it's delivered, so I'm guessing I have to bring it back once this is unloaded. So, obviously, if you want to do some more passenger service, you would just go back and forth between these two stations, depending on where you're going. Basically, you just click the checkbox to where you're going. For freight trains, it's kind of the same deal. I mean, you saw a little bit of it. We just grabbed the car and took it where it said to. And then it gave us some cash. How much money we got? It doesn't really matter because I'll be throwing away this save. So, oh my god, there's so many buttons. I was clicking on the buttons for Rares Online. I play that game too much. Which one is it? So we have a total of $4,638. We actually lost money. Probably because of all of our little engineers, shop workers, which cost $105 per day, and we had 4 days, so yeah, they ain't cheap. So get like 2 of them. Don't get 7, or like I did previously and got, I don't know, 80. But that about wraps it up. If I've missed anything or you have any questions, please ask. I will try and answer them. I don't have all the answers. The game came out 2 days ago. No one knows really how to play the game, especially me. It took me forever to figure out how the actual whole hopper thing worked. But hopefully this makes life a lot easier than reading this 20-page article, because there's a lot of information and a lot of it is useless. And it's very hard to understand. Wait, is that... There's also another thing, one more thing, before you go. There's one more thing. I gotta find it, because I forgot. Control F. So, I don't know how the whole AI train thing works, but I know if you want flares, there you go, it's Control F. Other than that, we're done here. Goodbye, and I'll see you in my playthrough of Railroader, which will be coming out sometime soon, maybe when I'm feeling a little bit better, and when I have some time. So, I'll see you guys later. Oh, bye-bye.